Young Chamber first started at Ryde High School in 2001, and 3 years later the scheme went national. 9 years on, and it's in 250 schools across the country. People are starting to realise the huge benefits of preparing young people for their futures in a way that education alone can't deliver. To find out more about the success of Young Chamber, we spoke to some of the people involved in the scheme.
The concept of Young Chamber came from me taking on a new role within the Isle of Wight Chamber of Commerce, looking at economic development. That's what Chambers of Commerce are all about. And one of the first questions was, what are we doing with the next generation? How are we connecting with the school environment? And I started to look around the Chamber network to see what was happening across the country. Nothing was happening. I thought, well, it must be happening across the world. Nothing was happening. So that's where the seeds of the idea of Young Chamber came from. The idea was an obvious idea. You know, let's connect business and young people and let's start to prepare them for work. Business got it big time. But what surprised me was that young people got it and young people liked it. So it was this cross-pollination that really started to happen.
Why did your company decide to get involved with the Young Chamber?
We decided originally because it was something that we wanted to pursue. Having 4 children myself, I can see the major benefits of actually producing a programme that involves local businesses where they have tangible links in with high schools and school students.
Yeah, it is about setting up the relationship between the local business community and the local school environment. And in doing that, what we do is we appoint a coordinating function that sits within the Chamber of Commerce, i.e. the business community, and we set up Young Chamber Council within the school environment. Young Chamber Council are young people aged 11 to 19 who actually set the agenda with the business community and the teachers for enterprise learning and understanding over a school academic year. So that's the fundamental principle, and we ask them to look at 3 activities per term involving whole school, whole year groups or small classroom sizes, and we keep it that simple.
To the students, it enables them to actually have a go at things. Rather than just being academic, they can actually plan an event, do an event, manage the event, do presentations, invite people in, devise questions for employers, and it just builds their confidence. The students that were here this evening would never have done that a year ago, and yet have actually come up to me this evening to say, can we do it again? So, you know, we've succeeded by allowing them to do that.
Why did you choose to get involved?
It's just mainly because it gives, like, you can get into the business world, which is really good.
It boosts your confidence as well. It's really, it forms the links and it forms the kind of attitudes you need to adopt when you're talking to business people.
And we've met
like
so many new people I would have never have met otherwise, like David Pugh.
And chances to talk to people that you wouldn't usually.
And what do you enjoy most about it?
Definitely organising the events. There's you get really nervous, but there's a real buzz afterwards to know that you've achieved something.
The success, the feeling of success afterwards.
You get something out of it. Not just a grade, you actually get the experience of.
And it's quite impressive to businesses that we hope to get into that we've got Young Chamber on our CV.
The other stuff we've organised, you did the Young Dragons before I was involved.
That was a success. We got lots of different high schools to come in and Dragon's Den styly, and we ran the whole day and organised everything.
Organised all the catering and business people to come in and advise all the students that were taking part, and giving them ideas and advising them throughout the day, and they did different talks and presentations to break up the day.
How exactly are you involved?
I help the Chamber in 2 or 3 different ways, I think. One is that I go along as a business mentor or representative, so I go into the schools, and if they have a project or a series of business workshops they're doing, I help there. I help on the judging as well, so when they put events, when Carrie puts events outside, I help there on a judging basis. And I just do some basic mentoring as well on a sort of more localised basis. I think the biggest spin-off I see from having that is that you've got a very clear and unambiguous thought process with students. When you tend to get crotchety and old like me, you tend to put more things in the way and think, well, that can't happen, or that's too difficult, or you don't get that, and that's quite a refreshing thing to find.
Businesses are energised. It gives them enthusiasm. The ideas that the young people are coming up with have already started to influence and shape some of the ways that the businesses operate, and also businesses start to identify young people that they would want to employ when they leave school. And in fact, we've had businesses say to us, that young person, I would employ them tomorrow.
I've taken over organising the Hampshire Constabulary Police Ball from Penny Deacon, who died in April. And when I was putting the email around to advertise that to different partner agencies, Carrie got hold of me and asked if I'd like to have the young people of the Chamber involved. So far, I've had one meeting with them. I wasn't able to get to the meeting today, where they took forward the idea of what was wanted, asked loads of questions, very sensible ones, and gave lots of ideas themselves, which I hadn't even thought of, and even as a group of 12 of us on a committee hadn't thought of, so they came up with some really valuable ideas of their own.
Local businesses can be in touch with young people, which I think sometimes, there's that big divide of they're very different, we don't know what they do, and I think it enables them to come in and shape those young people and be honest with those young people about the skills that will be needed from them when they do go to work. So eventually, once this all kicks in, we will be creating, students that leave school ready for the workplace.
Benefit to a school: if a young person at 11 has ambition and wants to be a doctor, or they want to be an architect, or they want to go and paint pictures on a Cornish beach, if they've got that ambition and we provide them with the tools to achieve that, i.e. academic attainment, vocational attainment, we know that will assist the school because it'll help that person become self-motivated. We know that in self-motivation comes higher achievement and greater success for the school. That's not what it's about. It's about the success of the young person finding the job that they want to do.
Young Chambers really helped me because I really want to go into retail management, so like kind of John Lewis kind of thing, working on the shop floor, managing it and things. So getting involved with businesses is like perfect for setting me up for that.
I've always wanted to do something to do with music, but I'd never really considered things like music management. I've never considered doing anything to do with business, but then coming into it, it gives you the chance to experience that and take it into account when you're deciding.
It's so easy to set up. Once you've got like backing of Young Chamber, they just go into school and it's set up. As long as you've got the people motivated to do it, it's so easy to get going, which is really good.
We started with Ride. They're still there, and we've now got it in all of the high schools on the Isle of Wight. That did, to be fair, that was a bit of a struggle, but we've got 250 schools across the country involved in Young Chamber activity. In the last 9 months, we've had 115,000 young people involved in Young Chamber activity, with 4,000 businesses contributing 22,000 hours of volunteer business time. We've equated that to approximately £1.6 million of business contribution in supporting young people understand what business is about and what job opportunities that exist.
Well, our aim is to be in 2,000 schools over the next 5 years, so that's the mission we've set ourselves. For us here on the island, it's just getting more and more businesses aware of Young Chamber, being involved with the young people and helping to support them in their education and their future.
I think what I've got to do, my job, is to maintain that drive and that energy, because it makes sense. Because why wouldn't anybody want to help young people achieve the right jobs, not just achieve qualifications. Qualifications just get you through the door, but planning and utilising the school environment, galvanising the energy of the business community, and providing that for the young people and giving them a real solid foundation to move forward into the future. Fantastic.